Alright, we are back working on a drip system here and installing the filter and the pressure regulator today. And it's important when you're installing a filter that you pay, and pressure regulator, is that you pay attention to where the arrow faces because you want water flow to go in that direction. Otherwise the equipment won't work properly, and sometimes they'll actually not work at all. The water won't even be able to go through there. So the pressure regulator also has an arrow on it. You want the filter to come before the pressure regulator because you don't want any kind of sand grains or anything to clog up this pressure regulator and cause it to stop working. This particular filter is easy to clean. You can open it up at the bottom and flush it out. It rinses then any debris that's come up against the screen here, so it's fairly easy to take apart as well. And so this is the type of filter, if you're going to have a substantial drip system, I would recommend, rather than the inline filters that work well off your faucet. But if you're going to tie it to a valve, I recommend you getting a little bit heavier duty filter. Now, I'm using a little bit of Teflon tape today just to make sure that it's doesn't have any leaks, and we're just going to thread this in, and I don't know if you can get a close up here. We're going to thread this in. Again, you're paying attention to the direction of the filter and water flow, and we're working inside of an irrigation box here. You do want to have some sort of a box to protect this. This can go in the same box as your valve, and you can see it. Let me do this to where I have hand free. You can do this in the same box as your valve. In this case, the valve is already installed, and it just is easier for us to do it closer to the drip system. But either way, you can do that. And then you're just going to make sure you tighten that up. And then once you have that in place, you do want the filter facing up or to the side. Don't face it down, because you need to be able to reach it and flush it out. And so without that ability to flush it out, then it doesn't work as well. And then you're going to put your pressure regulator on. Again, you're paying attention to the direction of that flow. And when you're putting on your Teflon tape, you want to make sure, as you're threading this on, you want that tape to be going in the same direction as that threading, so that you're not undoing it as you're threading it. So that's important to remember. Let's see. And try to get it usually 3 layers of wrap is the standard, and so that's usually good enough. And then once we have this all in place, and you just want to hand tighten. I don't ever recommend using a wrench or anything to tighten stuff, because you can crack your PVC. We're going to put the final piece to tie it into our drip system, and that's this adapter. We're using a Netafim drip system, so we're going to thread this into here, and then we'll attach with a pressure, this is just a pressure fitting, and it will allow us to attach the drip system to this. So it's pretty simple. So and for the next video, I'll show you the drip system.